Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you my favourite brushes and brushes I can't live without in my kit. So many of you are always asking me for a list of brushes that I love, so I just thought it'd be easier just to do a little video on it. So I can't show you all my brushes because I just have so many of them. So what I'll do is I'll just show you the ones that I take around in my kit with me. The ones I travel around with are these ones. These are my travel kit brushes, the ones that I find easy to cut about. One of these cases is a brush case from Blank Canvas Cosmetics, and the one with the white stitching is from another brand. It might be Coastal Scents. Don't really know where to start, to be honest. I know what we'll start with. Now these aren't brushes, but these are two tools I simply refuse to be in makeup without. That's how much I love them. These are my spatula knives. I use them for everything. Because as a makeup artist, for hygiene reasons, you need to decant things out. So lipsticks, cream foundation, anything really. I use it for eyeliners. I love them. This is my palette that I also can't live without, which looks a little bit grubby at the minute because it needs an alcoholic clean. I put loads of things onto this. I tend not to work on the back of my hands only because I rub my face and I touch my clothes and I end up wearing makeup. My two little spatulas are from Kryolan and this is from Charles Fox. I'll link as much as I can in the description bar for you. The other thing I simply can't live without in my kit is my steel tooth-combed wand. I use these instead of disposable mascara wands. And why I prefer these is one, because I don't have to buy disposable makeup ones. I don't have to worry about dipping anything into the mascara pot. With this, I simply take a mascara and then I run it along the teeth to get the mascara on it. So there's no dipping it into my mascara at all. So there's no cross-contamination with this or anything. And what I like about these is you can get right to the root of the lashes when you put them in. You can get right to the root. So people with fair eyelashes, etc., you can coat right to the root and they go nice and black. You just swipe it down the top of the lashes and then coat underneath as well. They're quite easy to get hold of. You'll see a lot of them with the plastic teeth. I just don't think they're as precise. The metal ones are really, really good. Now this brush is one I use in every single makeover. No matter what I'm doing, it always has a cause for needing to come out. So this is just an angled synthetic brush. This one is by Crown. It's the C160-1/4. I'll put it up on screen. And I use this with most eye looks that I create. There is a need for me to pull up the eyeshadow on the outer corner of the eye. And that's what I use it for. I use it for shaping the eyeshadow initially when it goes onto the eye. It's the perfect width for me and it's the perfect thickness. Spoolie brush. Have to have these in a kit. Everybody needs their eyebrows groomed, even if you've only got very, very sparse ones. And when you put powder through or pencil through, then you need to comb it through to lighten the product. So you have to have these in your kit. Again, I will list where you can get all these products from. Another brush I absolutely love is my Sigma E35 blending brush. It's short, not too short, but short enough that splays out. And it just really gets over the entire eye. If it was any bigger, it'd just be too big. Gets over the socket without touching the mobile eyelid, but it's big enough to blend everything out. It's just one that I can't live without. Once you've done most of the eyeshadow look and you just want to go and do final blending, then your E35 is a must-have brush. There are other brands that do ones like this. I just like the quality of Sigma. Concealer brush. I use other brushes. I use little synthetic ones for concealer as well, but almost all the time I will use one of these ones, and this one is by Blank Canvas Cosmetics. It's the F17 brush. I've also got the Illusion one by Charles Fox, which is bigger. I use this one mostly for cream products for contouring because it's a little bit bigger, and when you swipe it down the side of the face you're covering a bit more of a surface area, so I tend to use that one for contouring and highlighting, and this one more concealer work underneath the eyes, around the nose and stuff, because it's a little bit smaller, but I have to have both of these because I always use them. Another brush I can never have too many of are flat shader brushes. I love, love, love this brush. One brush that I can't stand are these type of eyeshadow brushes. I do have them, they rarely ever get used. They're just a bit thicker and I don't like them. These ones I love because they're thin and they pack the colour on, they don't get stuck in the bristles, they're not bulky and they're really soft. So I have a range of them. I have Blank Canvas Cosmetics E24 brushes and I have MAC 239 brushes, although they are a little bit thicker. So my preference would be the Blank Canvas Cosmetics one, and it's cheaper. I have loads because I use them so often, so I need so many of them. Girl can never have too many brushes. Okay, so other brushes are eyeliner brushes. Now, as you know, My favourite eyeliner brushes are paint brushes. These ones that are completely rubbed off that I can't even tell you the name of them because I can't really see them. But I have listed them in the description bar for you because I found them from a previous video when I could still see what they were called. And I think I got these from Hobbycraft. They're not too expensive, a few quid each, but what I love about this one in particular is the length of the bristles. It's quite long, so when it gets wet with eyeliner, it goes to a really nice thin point, but it's bendy. If it was short and stubby and we was to glide the brush across the eye, there's no fluid movement in the bristles. So if it's short and stubby, it's just gonna do this. With this one, with it being really flexible, it goes with the curves of the eye because there's enough movement in it, if that makes sense. It's really hard to explain, but I can just glide it straight over the eye and flick all in one motion with this because of the flexibility of it. It's just easy. I love it. This is the ultimate eyeliner brush. But then I have them in different sizes. Now, because I do a lot of creative work for magazine publications and other bits and bobs, I need small painting brushes, like detailer brushes. So I've got this one. This again is a paintbrush. This one is the smallest brush you can get. It's like got the tiniest point. I don't even know if you can see it, but I would use that for things like painting tiny little veins onto the face, onto prosthetics, or even doing eyeliner right on that inner corner for a really crisp line. I have a variety of size heads, all for different reasons. But I think that's probably more the artist in me. You don't have to have them in your kit. I'm just sharing with you what I like. Next is my blending brushes. These are just a handful of my different types of ones that I've got. So this one is Blank Canvas Cosmetics E25 blending brush, and I like because it's quite dense, it's still fluffy, and it's got a nice short head on it. Gives you a little bit more control. The tips of the brush there will do the most work. The outer bristles is just going to splay the colour for you. Then the equivalent in the Sigma would be the E25, which is a little bit like the MAC 217. This is probably one of my ultimate favourites. It's just so soft. There's nothing worse than a scratchy brush. The cheaper you go with products, they tend to be a little bit more scratchy. If they're natural hair, then you can put a little bit of conditioner on them to keep them nice. You want to treat it like your natural hair. Got the equivalent in the MAC 217. Then you've got the Real Techniques one, which is super soft, synthetic bristles, works really well with cream and powder products. And I tend to use this for blending out concealer, but as well as eyeshadow. I really love that one. This one I always use because it's slightly smaller. This one is a synthetic one by Crown Brush, and it's domed, so when you put a colour on with it, the most intense part is going to be from the bristles that are on the top, and the bristles around the side are going to splay the colour out, so it's going to help to blend. So you can work colours right into the socket there, and the outer bristles are going to do the blending for you. I've got a few of these ones because I use them all the time, because they're a nice size, especially with people that have got smaller eyelids. Might have already done that one, but they're all really similar. You just find with the more expensive ones, they're that little bit more softer, which is really nice. I have a whole variety from cheaper end to higher end brands. Another little brush I use a lot in my kit is this little one. It's a tiny mini fan brush. One is from Crown Brush. I mostly use this one in creative makeup, but I will often use it for mascara as well, because you can put a bit of mascara onto this and just coat the lashes backwards and forwards, and it's another way of you sort of just feathering over your lashes, which is quite nice. But in special effects makeup, I might use it for applying glitter, flicking out paint if I want cross-hatching marks. If you're creative, it's a really good one to keep. And another one is my mini smudger brush. This is the C408 Chisel shader brush. This one's from Crown Brush, and I always use it to smoke out underneath the lower lashes. It works really well with kohl pencils and gel liner. Angled liner brushes, I don't use these for anything other than eyebrows. So I've got the MAC 266 and one by Crown, which is the C207 Sable angled liner brush, and my angled brush from Mascara, and I always use these for eyebrows. This one can be used with both cream and powder products. They're all different. This one is super thin, so I can do tiny little hair marks with this with cream products. They're musts in my kit. I don't really have any favourite lip brushes as such. I always use these ones. These are my Kryolan ones, which I've had in my kit for the last 12 years now. And I've got a fair few of these ones. And this one is by Blank Canvas Cosmetics. I just like the shape of this one, and it's sort of cut to a point, so you can get really precise around the cupid's bow and right into the inner corners and draw really nice precise lines with it. So that's a really good brush to have. At the moment, through the summer months, a lot of people opt for lighter foundations, and I find my duo fibre brushes are really good for this. This one is by Crown, and the equivalent in MAC is the 132 brush. This one doesn't have a number, but I will list a link in the description for you. I just really like them. I've never been a big fan of duo fibres. Like, I don't like these big ones. This for me is just too bendy and it just sort of smears the product around. There's no precision with it. The MAC 130 brush, and the equivalent of this one is in the Crown brush, but again it doesn't have a number, which is a shame, but I will link it in the description bar. And because the head of it's shorter, it doesn't smear it around, it's a bit more precise. This brush is almost as important to me as my spatulas because I use this for every single person. It's the Real Techniques contour brush. It's a shame you can't buy this on its own because I would have more of them. You have to buy it in the core collection. I do use all the other products from the core collection, all the other brushes and stuff, like these ones. As you can see, I've had this one so long it's changed colour. This brush is the ultimate one from the core collection. But I use this for contouring, I use it for blush, I use it for foundation. It's just so brilliant. It's the shape of it, the size of it, the hairs, it's super soft and everybody loves the brush when I'm using it. Another favourite in my kit is my Zoeva 109 face paint brush, the vegan version. They do a, I don't know if it's natural hair version, but it's slightly bigger. But I love this for its size, the thinness of it, and it's just brilliant for doing contouring, especially down the sides of the nose and into the hollows of the cheeks. I just love the size of it, I love the quality of Zoeva, and I love that they're affordable. Amazing, I think they'll do so well. Another Zoeva brush that I really love for applying blush is the Face Focus brush, the 114. Again, I just love the size of it. With blush, I don't want something too big. If you was to apply blush with something massive like this, or the other Zoeva one, like this one, which is the Face Definer, there's no precision. I like to be able to dust the product off, so you've got minimal amount, and be really precise where you're applying it on people, because some people have smaller faces, other people have larger faces, so you need brushes to suit different people. Another one I always use, I didn't think I'd use that many brushes, but I actually do, but these are the must-haves in my kit. This one is the Sigma Tapered Highlighter Brush, the F35, and I do use this just for highlighting. I love the shape of it, the fact that it's cut to a point. Because it's tapered at that angle, it sits on the top of the cheekbone perfectly. You can just glide it backwards and forwards. It just blends the highlighter in beautifully. Plus it's super soft and it's not scratchy. And again, I just love the quality of Sigma. Now, I know this one isn't a brush, but I do love my eyelash curlers. These ones are by ShowMe, and they're so much better than the ones you get in high street stores. Now, the saying, you get what you pay for, is so true when it comes to makeup. You can definitely get a lot of good makeup brands and brushes and tools in drugstores, but you will notice the difference. If you use a cheap pair of eyelash curlers compared to something that you've spent a little bit of money on, you will notice the curl is completely different. The way these are curved suit most eye shapes better than generic ones. The rubber itself has a little bit more bounce to it than the hard rubber that you get in the cheap ones, and the way this part has been made here, the way it clamps down on your lashes, creates a better curl than you'll get with cheaper ones. I absolutely love these. They're worth every penny, and I got these on co-buy, so I got them a little bit cheaper. So I think those are my favourites out of all of my brushes. So as I said, I will list every brush that I've spoke about in the description bar so you can go directly and purchase it. I'm sure there are a few more brushes that I absolutely love that I probably have forgotten about that may be in my other brush sets, but these are the ones that I go to most, so I hope that answers all your questions. So I hope you all enjoyed a little intro into my favourite brushes that I can't live without in my kit, and give the tutorial a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. The links to those will be in the description below. If you've missed my previous tutorials, you can click on these now, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future tutorials. Speak to you soon, bye!